Coming up next on CTV News Tonight, a new library for the Bladensburg community. Details on what it means for residents straight ahead.
And I was like, the library just can't wait anymore. I mean, it's not even just for Bladensburg, and it's enough if it is just for Bladensburg. It's for this whole area.
CTV News, I'm Byron Scott. Well, 2 years after construction got underway, officials cut the ribbon on a new library in the county. The Bladensburg Branch Library is a 23,000 square foot maritime themed facility. In addition to all the books, it includes 42 public computers, a computer lab, meeting and study spaces. Located on the 4800 block of Annapolis Road, the building, which is 3 times larger than the old library, is solar powered.
And today, we see a library that is 3 times the size of the old one. It has more than enough event and studying space. It has more than 3 times as many computers as the old branch, and it will have even more library staff. And
so just to know what a sustainable building this is, and the whole project, the permeable pavers, the charging stations, all these things that make it such a wonderful amenity for the community. I even bought a commemorative brick. I don't know if they're out there yet, but I'm gonna go look for mine.
The Bladensburg Library is the first branch in the system to have a time capsule. Officials say it'll be open in 25 years in the year 2048. And the county is working to help local nonprofits get access to grant money. The County Executive's Office of Strategic Partnerships hosted a nonprofit empowerment symposium today. The event focusing on teaching nonprofits how they can acquire grant funding from the local, state, and federal governments. Officials say about 500 people registered for the event.
I manage the Community Partnership Grant, which is $2.5 million, which comes directly from the county executive's budget. So it's not enough, simply. We have almost 7,000 nonprofits in Prince George's County, and they need funding. And they do a lot of the work that the county government can't do. We can't do it all. So we look to them to try to help us in our work in supporting our residents. So we have to find the funding for them.
The event was held at Prince George's Community College. Well, Montgomery County Police discussed the growing concerns over crimes committed by children. Police Chief Marcus Jones says the county has seen an increase in juvenile violent crimes. The crimes include robbery, carjacking, and gun possession. Just last week, a 15-year-old was charged for allegedly making bomb threats against Paint Branch High School. Also in a separate incident last month, a 12-year-old made bomb threats against several Montgomery high schools.
And I am frustrated along the lines, the same line, of any bomb threat that's actually been happening, particularly that they're false alarms. And these are really, we're utilizing a lot of resources in order to go to these schools in order to make sure that there is no said bomb.
Jones also says that he will continue to have conversations with the school district about whether school resource officers should be brought back into the buildings. Well, there was a brief security scare at the federal courthouse in Greenbelt today. The facility was closed temporarily as authorities investigated. A police dog reportedly went into alert mode as the vehicle approached the court entrance, but it turns out the dog's response was triggered by what officials called a benign cause. Several cases were delayed by the incident, including the trial of the former Baltimore prosecutor, Marilyn Mosby. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott. Coming up, family and friends are mourning the loss of local musician Aaron Spears. That story and more back in a moment.
My name's Stacy. I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
A local Grammy-nominated producer and drummer has passed away. Aaron Spears was 47 years old. His wife shared the news on his Facebook page Monday morning. Spears has played with many artists, including Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, and Britney Spears. He was nominated for a Grammy in 2004 for his work on the Usher album Confessions, and he was the music coordinator and drummer for Season 3 of The Masked Singer. Spears is also the drummer at the First Baptist Church of Glenarden. Well, a round of applause for public safety heroes. Prince George's County holding its 46th annual Valor Award ceremony yesterday. The men and women of the police, fire, sheriffs, and corrections agencies were honored for their bravery and dedication. County Executive Angela Alsobrooks congratulated them for their service.
Prince Georgians have a unified and dedicated public safety team. So when emergencies arise and our residents call for help, you're the first on the scene. When disaster strikes, your presence brings them hope that they'll make it to the other side of the crisis.
Corporal Philip Zahn received the Gold Medal of Valor and was named the Police Officer of the Year. Well, some Bowie parents are again fighting to keep Pointer Ridge Elementary School open. The school district saying it's closing Pointer Ridge next year under a school consolidation plan due to low enrollment. Some parents complain that the decision may be based on a faulty analysis. PTA officials say PGCTV is not taking their concerns seriously. They're asking the school district to pause plans to shut down Pointer Ridge. And the Maryland man who received the world's second genetically modified pig heart transplant has died. 58-year-old Lawrence Fassett of Frederick, Maryland, was dying from heart failure, but was ineligible for a traditional heart transplant when the University of Maryland Medical Center offered the experimental surgery. Fassett underwent the surgery on September 20th. Officials say he seemed healthy for the first month, but began showing signs of rejection in recent days.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Well, AAA Mid-Atlantic is reminding motorists that October through December is deer mating season. That's important to note because it typically means an increase in deer strikes. AAA says deer are especially active between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. and, go figure, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. AAA urges you to be extra alert on the roads. It suggests using high beams if there is no oncoming traffic. If you see deer on the road, honk your horn with one long blast and stay in your lane. Don't swerve. And now it's time for your pet of the week. Meet Coco. She's a 6-year-old black lab retriever. Coco is an owner surrender that came to animal management yesterday.
Yeah, today's pet of the week, her name is Coco, and she is a 6-year-old black Labrador retriever. She was surrendered by her owner. She is crate trained, so that is a plus. She's lived with children ages 8 and 17, and she is an overall sweetheart.
To adopt Coco or any other animal, call Animal Management 301-780-7200.
Okay, everyone, we begin your Wednesday sports page with some news from college football. The Terps football team is struggling right now after getting off to a hot start to begin the season. The Terps began the year 5-0, but have now lost 3 straight games, with the most recent loss coming against Northwestern this past weekend. And head coach Mike Loxley talked about the team's struggles on both sides of the ball and how they played a part in the losses.
We've struggled, one, with winning a turnover battle. We've lost that in both the last 2-3 games. The explosive plays, those are runs of 10 or more, passes of 15 yards or more, considered explosives for us on the offensive side of the ball. And to me, that's been probably the two biggest things that jump out. Both these games have been one-score games where we've had opportunities to win the game on the field, and whether it's on offense or whether it's on defense, getting off the field and getting the ball back, and we just haven't made the play. But there's no really magic formula to it. It's just a matter of those two things are what helps us win, is when we take care of the football, and on defense when we create turnovers.
And quarterback Talia Tagovailoa touched on how he can be better moving forward.
For me, it's processing, my progressions and stuff like that, pre-snap and post-snap, and most importantly, taking care of the football, just being on the same page with everyone. And we had these past 2 games, we had two-minute drives, and we just, as an offense, we just didn't come through. And it's a collective thing, and it really starts from the quarterback. So just me staying with my process and continue to prepare hard and just continue to work hard with each other and try to figure it out.
The Terps' next opponent will be Penn State on Saturday. Howell and the rest of the team will take the field next versus the New England Patriots on Sunday. And lastly, Capital center Nicholas Backstrom will be stepping away from the team due to health reasons. Backstrom underwent hip surgery in June of last year that caused him to miss some games last season. And the 2006 first-round pick has played every game this year, but hasn't played very well, only having 1 point through the first 8 games. There is no timetable for Backstrom's return.
That said, what's your reaction to his being out of contention right now?
Well, Backstrom, even though Backstrom hasn't played very well following his hip injury, I do think that the team is going to miss his veteran presence, because you're talking about a guy who was drafted in 2006 and has done and seen it all during his Capitals career. So hopefully he can get back on the ice soon and make some contributions when he does.
Great, Simon. Thank you very much. Let's get a quick check now on our cold 3-day weather forecast. Tonight we are under a freeze warning until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Expect lows near 30 degrees. Thursday sunny with a high of 56. Friday sunny with temps reaching 59. Saturday the sunshine continues with highs in the upper 60s. And that's our news for tonight. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Simon Globes.
We leave you tonight with the sounds of Aaron Spears. Good night.
What if there was a place where every kid got a chance to be great? There is a place. Milton Hershey School. You see, we're more than a school. We change lives. And you can be next.
Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.